The Herd, Hour 2. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening, we are live in Los Angeles on iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, and right here on FS1. Peter King just stopped by. Joy Taylor's more than stopping by. She's here every day. Rams Patriots Super Bowl. I am going to be completely unbearable for the next 2 weeks. Even my wife said, you got the Patriots and the Rams in the Super Bowl? When I lived in New England, the team I watched the most kept getting to the Super Bowl. Then I come out to L.A., we get a new team, and the team I watch the most, because they're here, practices, preseason, every game's on.
Can you start watching another AFC team the most? Start watching the Steelers. They're very interesting.
Cleveland, you should really, you should probably try to recruit me to move to Cleveland. That would help.
Well, you do watch a lot of Cleveland games.
I do.
Now.
Baker Mayfield's interesting. I'm going to say something, and I think we all know this to be true. I want everybody to personalize what I'm going to say. If somebody tells you, if you're listening in a car or watching me on TV, you're not very good, you're overrated, you'll never be successful, doesn't that make you want to work harder? Does for me. Does for me. You'll never make it. You don't have the voice. You don't have this. You don't have that. When you tell people or criticize people, most people react the same way. Oh, I'll prove you wrong. I won't speak for Joey, but I think you probably have a little of that.
Yeah. There's been a few people who told me I couldn't make it.
That's right. Same here.
It's pretty much all of Twitter.
Okay. So that's a driving force. Criticism is an ally. It's not an enemy. Criticism is your friend for driven people. And to be a professional athlete in the NFL, these guys are pretty driven. They're not weak. They've been told no, too short, too slow, too fat, not athletic enough. Of course, the centerpiece of that would be Tom Brady. Still has a chip on his shoulder all these years. But I saw a story this morning that said Belichick and Tom Brady, all that stuff was just gossip, and I don't believe that to be true. I think they had a little off-season Garoppolo issue. But here's what I know is true with the New England Patriots. I know it's true with Belichick, and I know it's true with Brady because I have video proof that they used the media to galvanize. That they watch the media, they watch the show, they watch the other place, they watch and listen to WEEI, and they use those clips as motivation. Remember what Tom Brady said after losing to the Chargers? Remember this?
I know, everyone thinks we suck and, can't win any games, so we'll see. It'll be fun.
Well, who said that? The media. Nobody in Boston has said that. And then after the game against the Chiefs, and this will be harder for radio, easier for TV, did you hear the first thing Brady said when he went to congratulate, seconds after the game, Julian Edelman?
I'm too old. You're too slow. We got no skill players. We got no defense. We got nothing. Unreal, bro.
Those are, Chris Hogan, excuse me. Those are direct quotes from this show, the other place, from the media. They hear them and they use them. Folks, they hear everything. Aaron Rodgers hears everything. Kevin Durant hears everything. LeBron hears everything. Tom Brady, if he doesn't hear it directly, gets it fed to him. They hear everything. I've never understood why fans don't get this. Guys like me ripping your team, I'm your friend. Your team will use it as motivation. The Cleveland Browns are the worst run franchise in the league, and they have the most offensive fans because their fans, like their team, don't get it. Ripping Baker Mayfield doesn't hurt him. It motivates him. Ripping the Browns doesn't hurt him. It motivates him. The New England Patriots, 18 years, 9 Super Bowls. They are able to use the media regularly, use the media to convince themselves nobody thinks we're any good. Do you know how ridiculous that is? That's like the royal family in England saying, we're poor and have no leverage. We've got no power in our country, but we're the royal family. Just trust me on this. Nobody can do anything. And it's a ridiculous idea that the Patriots are doubted. And the only people who doubt them are us, the media. And they use it brilliantly to their advantage. Cleveland, a dumpster fire of a franchise, bristles, angry if you criticize anything. They don't get it. Use us. Criticism in life is not an enemy. It is an ally. James Harrison played with the Steelers for years. Then he went to play with New England. He said he couldn't believe how often the underdog stuff, using media clips. You saw Tom versus Time, right? Where they spliced in criticism throughout the whole thing. Harrison talked about in New England.
I was like you. I'm, like, this is phony. Everybody against New England, all that, but it's real. Like, I have no problem with this. They really believe that. They feel that. I felt that. I was only there for 6 weeks, and I'm like, yeah, it's New England versus everybody. Everybody hates us. Nobody loves us but New England. And when you buy into that, like he said, you getting those 10 guys that really to buy into that, you go out there and you give everything you got. Like, you really believe that it's New England, it's us versus everybody.
Let me shift to this. The team that didn't make the Super Bowl and thinks they got robbed, the Saints. Their owner, the Benson family, a family for years sort of shrouded in mystery and gossip and rumors. I won't get into that. Gail Benson came out and said the NFL must commit to providing fairness and integrity. Oh, wait, time out. Oh. New Orleans talking about integrity? Okay. Oh, right. Let me get this straight. This is the Bountygate franchise. The league had to suspend the coach. Belichick's never been suspended. They had to suspend the defensive coordinator, had to suspend players, had to suspend their general manager for lacking, what was the word again, Gail? Integrity. Yes, when I think of New Orleans, I think of a integrous city. Actually, I think of a party city. When I think of the Benson family, I think a lot of things. But when I think of the Saints, it's a great story. It's a great team. But this is the Bountygate team. You're going to lecture us on integrity? Oh, that's adorable. Integrity. Your GM was suspended. Your coach was suspended. Over a year. Players suspended. League had to step in. You were paying players to hurt other players, lacking complete integrity. Thanks for lecturing us. By the way, that pass interference call, it should be noted, there's very few pass interference calls on running plays, New Orleans. You may have wanted to run the ball in that situation. Kind of a clock issue. But not to be snarky, there is a massive gap between missing a call, which the official did, and integrity. I make mistakes all the time on this show, but I don't go out to make the mistake. The word integrity is very personal. The NFL, you're saying, could have, for the record, moved your franchise. They did not. They had integrity and honor and loyalty to the city of New Orleans, which, post-Katrina, was really in a rebuild mode. They could have never allowed Sean Payton back in the league, Greg Williams. And they did, because they have integrity. They didn't overreact, although they were furious. Just be careful about New Orleans and Gail Benson and the Saints and their fans screaming and protesting over integrity, Bountygate team. Now, call was missed. Calls get missed. Crappy call. Didn't help you. That we can agree on. Nobody here is disputing it was a good call. I think there's a great deal of recency bias. The last big call's the one that lost it for us. It wouldn't be that the Saints in the red zone early in the first quarter, there was 0 on the clock and were allowed to snap the ball and score. That isn't being talked about. Of the 2 face masking penalties, one would have set up first and goal for the Rams, giving them a 24-20 lead. That, of course, isn't talked about as well. But I'm going to push back a little on the integrity thing, Saints. Chris Haynes just got off the phone with LeBron's agent, Rich Paul. We'll have an update on LeBron's status. I think it's something. I think it's a story. That will be coming up next. Plus, Sean Merriman, Tony Gonzalez. We're not even halfway home, a Tuesday show. Hey, a couple days ago, I got something in the mail from a company called Butcher Box, and it was ribeye steaks and Alaska salmon. I just had the salmon Sunday night. It was great. When it comes to meat, fish, quality matters. And that's why I tried it out. Butcher Box is delivered right to your door every month. The meat is guaranteed to be humanely raised, no antibiotics or hormones.